Hey guys, Tinkerverse here. So today we'll be unboxing and reviewing the Creality Spider Hotend. Now, this hotend, I was looking on Amazon because I needed an all-metal hotend, and I found this. It was around $50. So let's look at the box. High printing, faster creation. I did see that it advertised 150 millimeters a second, which is pretty fast, but I have heard of hotends that can do that. It has a large and cooler area, so better heat dissipation. It won't have any heat creep. I'll have less heat creep. Smoother inner wall, fluid polishing, no clogging. So that's a really big claim right there, that it does not clog, which I doubt. Every metal hotend clogs, but it probably means that it clogs a lot less. And it's compatible with various FDM 3D printers, which there's so many hotends that do that. It's not really a feature of it. And it has a high temperature range, and which is, again, most all metal hotends have that. It has a nickel plated copper alloy nozzle for smoother feeding. So this it will have I don't know, we'll see when we open it up. And a high quality heating block and stronger thermal conductivity, which is probably where the faster printing times come from. It's constant heating up. So, as with most Creality hardware, it is in foam, which is more or less a good option for them to package it with. And let's see. Okay. There's another nozzle, don't know what size it is. And an extruder. Yeah, this is where the Bowden tube comes in, I believe. So this is a 0.6 millimeter nickel plated nozzle, and on here I believe there is a 0.4 millimeter. Yeah, 0.4. Oh, it also has this CR on it. I don't know. If it's going to be covered up with the silicone anyways, why bother? And additionally, it comes with 5 zip ties, probably for routing wires, and thermistor. That is a weird looking thermistor. It's like a tube. Oh yeah. So it's not a glass. It's not, the hotend doesn't have a glass bead in it. So you can. There's another thermistor for it. Which kind of sucks. If it breaks, then you need to get that special thermistor. And hardware. Is there no instructions? Nope. Nothing. Yeah, I don't know. There's no instructions, but there is a barcode on the back, a QR code. So that probably has instructions linked to it. Alright, so it seems pretty pretty big compared to the stock hotend that comes with most Ender 3s. This is advertised for, but again, varies. It's both thicker and wider, and it's about the same size on the heating block. But they're a very similar design. So it has the unscrewing Bowden tube adapter on the stock, and this one. This one is aluminum. This is the steel and plastic version. This also has plastic, but that's alright. And then it also has these 2 screws. So they're very similar in design. I'll route the cables and we will see if it does what it's advertised to do. Alright, so I got the Hotend installed. It took a while. I sadly didn't get any footage of it, which is unfortunate, but it's pretty straightforward. You just bolt it in, and what my recommendation is to take the thermistor, which is actually a modular thermistor, up here, and you run it over to the left side, and you run the ceramic heating over to the right side. And so they're a little bit even, and then your fan wires just kind of go down in here. And you might need to leave a little bit of space between this if you're on the V2, because it won't fit all the way in. The Hotend does not touch the inside, I don't believe, but it was kind of a pain to get this thing on because there's no instructions. It doesn't tell you anything of this. Like, it doesn't tell you anything. Especially with this, if you have the BL or CR Touch, in my case it's the CR, it comes with 2 extra MX3 screws and 2 MX3 nuts, and I was so confused why it would come with nuts. There's nothing on here that requires nuts. But you run this up, these screws through here, they're extra long, and then you put these screws to make it so that it does not wiggle any, and it's firm there. So note that when you are mounting this, because it is too low if you don't have this installed. The Hotend itself is quite big for this. Like I said, it will fit, but let's go ahead and auto home. Also, another thing to note is that this Bowden tube adapter does not fit on the Ender 3 V2, and I'm fairly certain it does not fit on the Ender 3 or the 3 Pro. So you need to use that extra coupler and put it together because there's these little plastic clips in here. So it looks like this. You just pop it in there. Isn't that hard to do? And because of the size of this one, you need to use the other module. It does not look like this. So that's why it comes with 2. It does not explain this. I initially thought that it was for the extruder up here, but that's not the case. And you should just be able to push the Bowden tube down and it should be stuck, and then put a clip in just like a normal Hotend. And so when you do this, you want to make sure that your Z offset is at 0, so then you can move it down to 0 on your Z. So I'm going to put move Z down to 0. It's going to go down. I'm going to get my piece of paper, slide it underneath, and then go to a Z offset and do it in increments of -0.20. And it should just barely go down each time you do it. And this is to get the right height for your print. Alright, so I've gotten this to where it should be. It just barely scratches the piece of paper. So if I bend it, it's loose. I can't push it, right? But if I make it rigid, just makes this, I don't know if you can hear that, but it should make this little like rubbing sound almost. So once you have that, you should be able to print. So let me get that set up and I'll be back when I am good to go. Alright, so it's almost heated up now, and one thing that I did notice is it's a lot slower to heat up. So the other Hotends that I had, such as this stock Creality, heated up very fast. It's heated up almost at the same rate as the bed, which isn't a bad thing. Right now, it is not extruding anything. Here, let me increase the temperature by 10. The thermistor did say that it was around 17 degrees Celsius in the room, which the other thermistor said 30, I believe. So it should be hotter than it is right now, but it's not extruding anything. I can pull it out, but I can't. Yeah, it's not doing anything. So my guess, oh, there it goes. No, no, nothing. So let me open this up and I will see what's going on. Alright, so I opened it up and I got it to extrude, and I think I was mistaken last time. It said it supports up to 250 millimeters a second. And as you can see, it can extrude pretty fast. This is putting some great amount of pressure through it, and it's not clogging, so I don't know. Could be good. Could be good. But I'll get this put back on, and we'll see if it works. Hey guys, so after printing with the Creality Spider Hotend, the results were mixed. Now I don't expect my Ender 3 V2 with Creality firmware and all that to print this at 250 with Cura with a 0.4. It's not like fathomable, but the point that it printed this and it only failed on these parts are pretty insane to me. That this took an hour and 47 minutes. So it comes with one more nozzle, and it is compatible with V6 M6 volcano nozzles. I'm not sure exactly on that, but you only get two, so they are nickel plated. They resist abrasion. The reason why this clogged is because this piece of filament, I clipped it off, got like ground up by the extruder, and so when it was in there, it got caught. So it didn't really clog necessarily, but it wasn't extruding anymore. So when printing at high speeds, which I think is why this caused it, because it was going so fast, it was getting pulled in and out and like distorting and getting heated up and cooled down, especially around these parts right here. I think that the printing at high speeds is what caused this. But overall, I think that the Creality Spider Hotend is a solid choice for a Hotend. Now there is other Hotends out there that are better, of course. This is $50. It isn't the best, but it also isn't the worst. And the quality that came out on it is relatively nice for most of the benchy, but this is also PLA, so I think it's gonna affect it less with ABS. Yeah, so overall I think this is a pretty solid choice because of the price point and the compatibility with Ender printers. Now I've seen other people that like print out a whole module for their Hotend. It's totally custom. And then they make their own firmware. It's like, it's not a fun process. But the fact that this comes in a box is pretty nice. It did not come with any instructions. The thermistor is a little bit off. The packaging is good, but not great. But overall, I think this is a pretty solid Hotend, and if you have any questions, comment, and I will try and get back to you. Alright, see ya.